The world was shrouded in a suffocating darkness, a darkness that seemed to seep into every corner of existence, leaving no place untouched. A malevolent force had gripped humanity, its tendrils reaching into the hearts and minds of every individual, sowing seeds of fear and despair, twisting their minds and poisoning their souls, turning once vibrant communities into hollow shells of their former selves. Technology, once a beacon of progress, had become a tool of oppression, a means to control and manipulate the masses, stripping away their freedom and autonomy. Ancient wisdom lay forgotten, buried beneath the rubble of a society obsessed with a relentless pursuit of material wealth and fleeting pleasure, forsaking the deeper truths that once guided humanity. The earth, once vibrant and alive, groaned under the weight of human greed and corruption, its natural beauty marred by pollution and deforestation, its resources exploited to the brink of exhaustion. Hope seemed a distant memory, a flicker in the ever-growing shadows, a faint glimmer that struggled to survive in a world consumed by darkness. The air crackled with unseen energies, a palpable tension gripping the planet, as if the very fabric of reality was straining under the weight of the malevolent force. Those who dared to remember the old stories whispered of a prophecy, a tale passed down through generations, a beacon of hope in a time of despair, a promise of liberation from the forces that held them captive, a glimmer of light in the darkness, a chance for redemption and renewal. They spoke of a warrior, an avatar of the divine, who would descend from the heavens to vanquish the darkness and usher in a new era of peace and enlightenment, a savior who would restore balance to a world teetering on the edge of chaos. But as the grip of tyranny tightened, even these whispers faded, replaced by a chilling silence that stretched across the globe, a silence that spoke of a world resigned to its fate. The time was drawing near, the moment foretold in the ancient prophecies, a moment that would determine the fate of all humanity. The balance of power was about to shift, the scales of justice tipping as the forces of light and darkness prepared for their final confrontation. The fate of humanity hung in the balance, teetering on the precipice of annihilation, the outcome uncertain, the stakes higher than ever before. The stage was set for a confrontation of epic proportions, a battle for the very soul of mankind, a struggle that would determine the future of the world, a clash between the forces of light and darkness that would echo through the ages. A blinding light pierced the oppressive gloom, splitting the sky asunder. The darkness that had long held dominion over the land was suddenly and violently torn apart, as if the very fabric of reality was being rewritten by an unseen hand. From the heart of this celestial conflagration emerged a figure of awe-inspiring majesty. This was no ordinary being, but a divine entity whose presence alone commanded reverence and awe. The air around him shimmered with an ethereal glow, casting long shadows that danced in the newfound light. Kalki, the 10th Avatar, the destroyer of darkness, had returned. His blue skin glowed with an inner light, a testament to his divine origin and his unyielding resolve to restore balance to the world. Legends had foretold his return, and now those prophecies were being fulfilled before the eyes of the astonished onlookers. He rode atop a magnificent white stallion, its hooves leaving trails of shimmering light in their wake. The horse, a celestial steed, moved with a grace and power that seemed almost otherworldly. Together, they formed a vision of unstoppable force, a beacon of hope for the righteous, and a harbinger of doom for the wicked. His eyes blazed with divine fire, a reflection of the righteous fury that burned within him. These were not mere eyes, but windows to a soul that had seen the rise and fall of countless ages, a soul that carried the weight of divine justice. In his hand, he held aloft a flaming sword, its blade pulsating with an energy that defied comprehension. This was no ordinary weapon. It was forged in the celestial fires, imbued with the power to cut through the very essence of evil. The sword's flames danced and flickered, casting an eerie glow that seemed to pulse in time with the warrior's heartbeat. This was not a weapon of mere metal, but an instrument of divine will, capable of cleaving through illusion and vanquishing evil in all its forms. It was a symbol of Kalki's divine mission, a testament to his unwavering commitment to eradicate darkness and restore light to the world. His arrival was heralded by a chorus of celestial trumpets, their sound resonating deep within the souls of all who heard them. These were no ordinary trumpets. Their notes carried the weight of divine decree, a sound that could stir the hearts of the righteous and strike terror into the souls of the wicked. Fear gripped the hearts of the wicked, for they recognized the sound of their doom approaching. The once arrogant and powerful now cowered in the shadows, their bravado shattered by the realization that their end was nigh. The very air crackled with anticipation, the earth itself trembling in anticipation of the coming storm. Nature itself seemed to hold its breath, as if aware of the monumental events about to unfold. The skies darkened, and a palpable tension filled the atmosphere, signaling an imminent clash between light and darkness. Kalki had returned, and his arrival signaled the beginning of the final battle for Earth's destiny. This was the moment that had been foretold in ancient prophecies, the ultimate confrontation between good and evil. The stage was set, and the world watched with bated breath as the Azure Warrior prepared to fulfill his divine mission. The armies of darkness, a grotesque amalgamation of corrupted souls and monstrous creations, surged forward to meet Kalki's forces. These dark entities, born from the deepest pits of despair and malevolence, moved with a singular purpose: to engulf the world in eternal night. They came in their legions, driven by a desperate hunger for power and dominion. Each step they took resonated with the echoes of countless lost souls, their cries for freedom drowned by the overwhelming darkness. The clash was cataclysmic, a maelstrom of energy and noise that shook the very foundations of the world. Explosions of raw power erupted across the battlefield, sending shockwaves that could be felt miles away. The air was thick with the scent of ozone and the metallic tang of blood. Kalki, an unstoppable force of nature, moved through the enemy ranks like a whirlwind of destruction. His presence alone was enough to instill fear in the hearts of his enemies, and his movements were a blur of lethal precision. His sword flashed with blinding speed, each stroke severing the bonds of darkness and liberating the souls trapped within. The blade, imbued with divine energy, cut through the shadows like a beacon of hope, freeing those who had been ensnared by the darkness for eons. Around him, his loyal followers fought with the courage and ferocity of cornered tigers, their faith in their leader absolute and unwavering. They knew that their cause was just, and their determination was fueled by the hope that Kalki's victory would bring an end to the suffering. The battles raged across the globe, from the ruins of once great cities to the desolate wastelands corrupted by the touch of evil. Each location bore the scars of countless skirmishes, the land itself crying out for salvation. The very fabric of reality warped and twisted under the strain of this cosmic conflict. Time and space seemed to bend and break, creating rifts that threatened to consume everything in their path. Yet, through it all, Kalki remained resolute, his determination unwavering, his spirit unbroken. He stood as a pillar of strength amidst the chaos, his eyes burning with the fire of 1,000 suns. He was the beacon of hope in the darkest of hours, the champion of light against the encroaching shadows. His very presence was a reminder that even in the face of overwhelming darkness, there was always a glimmer of hope. He was the embodiment of divine will, and his victory was not merely a possibility, it was an inevitability. The forces of darkness could not withstand the purity of his purpose, and with each passing moment, the tide of battle turned ever more in his favor.